Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, let's learn what is var, let and const. Let me open the console. It's the beauty of JavaScript, right? We can write code anywhere, not like Java or something else. It's crazy. Yeah, var name is equal to let name one is equal to const name 2 is equal to p. So what I do is I try to reassign name is equal to SAM. Okay, then name 1 is equal to k. 2 is equal to s. What will happen if I execute this? Guys, correct. Will happen is this const is there, right? So this will throw an error because not this particular line will throw an error because we can reassign this one, we can reassign let, but we can't reassign const. That is the major difference between let and const, right? I'll do one thing. If you see now, if I do console.log main command, command two, what I'll get? I'll get this one got replaced and this one got replaced, but this P did not get replaced, right? Because it's thrown an error. That is called type error. This kind of error is called type error. So we are trying to, this is tightly coupled actually. So this const, if you're going to change, right, we are getting this kind of error. Okay. So then you guys must have asked, like, what is the difference between var and let then, or var and const then, correct? You got to know like the major difference between let and const now, but what is the difference between var and let? Why do we use let or const? Why not to use var, right? Okay. I'm defining a block here. Okay. You just say, let's say var first name is Raj, was let last name as correct. So I just executed this. What I'll do is I'll try to console.log first last name. What will happen here? Correct. First name going to display, but not the last name. The thing is, why? Because let is block scoped. Whatever we are defining inside two flower bracket, that is called as a block, and let and const are block scoped. Correct? Everything is got hoisted. But the thing is like whenever we define inside the flower bucket, that is considered as block. So it is bit of restriction is there for let and const, correct? So if you see here, first name is not defined. My bad, it's spelling problem, guys. I'm sorry. You see now last name is not defined, correct? So because a let is defined inside the block, that's the reason it says it could not find actually. That is called reference error. There is no reference for this last name. So what JavaScript engine will think like there is last name is not defined only because it is not aware of this particular thing, right? Let. So if I try console dot log only first name first name we will get Raj. So this is a major difference, guys. Var can be used anywhere and can access anywhere. But let and const has some restriction. Correct. One more important thing I want to tell you guys, like when you define const, ABC, and some array, let's say 1, 2. Okay, now I'm going to push this. I'm going to push some value here. Let's say 3. What will happen now? We are pushing to the reference, not to the variable. Or let's say I'm not assigning this particular variable to some other const, right? I'm not defining something like this again, right? I'm not defining something like this. Correct. I'm not doing this. If I'm doing this, then obviously it will throw an error. But I'm just pushing that reference actually. So if you see now, displayed, if you do console.log, you should see 3 now. See. So I would suggest, like, whenever you are declaring some variables for const, for object and arrays or something like that, please use a const only, and try to use const for most of the cases. And some cases, if you're using some if else statement, or like if you want to do assign some values, then use let, and don't use var at all. It is not good coding practice. Yeah, that's pretty much about var, let, and const, I guess. Thank you. Thanks for listening.